Hello everyone, this is Reza Dorani, Microsoft Business Applications MVP. Today's video will be an introduction to AI Builder productivity models. Now, what is AI Builder? AI Builder is a Power Platform solution that brings the power of AI through a point-and-click experience in a low-code manner and is available for you directly to use within Power Apps and Flows. Currently, I am logged into the Power Apps Maker portal, and on the left-hand navigation, there is a tab called AI Builder. And when I go to Build, this will list out all the different models that are available for me to leverage. The models listed on the top are known as custom models because these models require you to train these models, publish these models, and then you can leverage them in your apps and flows. The models at the bottom listed right here, which are known as the productivity models, these are also known as pre-built AI models. And the reason why they are known as pre-built or productivity based models, because these are ready to use models. They are already built and trained and published. All you have to do is leverage them directly in your apps and flows. Now, as part of this video, I have gone ahead and built a Power App that leverages all the productivity models or the pre-built models in my Power App. This app is available for download from my GitHub repository. The description of this video has a link to my GitHub repo where you can download this model and go and analyze and play further with these different productivity based models. Now I am in my Power App. I will first walk through what the different models have in terms of the different features that they provide. So let's go ahead and play the app. So the first thing we will look at is the sentiment analysis model. Now this model, if you head over to this information icon in my Power App, this will open up a pop-up which will give you the details of the sentiment analysis model. This is a pre-built model that detects the sentiment of text that you provide. The result of the sentiment analysis model is, of course, the sentiment of the data that you've provided. It could either be positive, negative, neutral, or mixed. And there are other attributes that it provides as output that you can leverage in your apps and flows. Now, of course, AI Builder keeps evolving, Power Platform keeps evolving. So the data that I've provided here is based on the current documentation that is available. Surely more things would be added, so this might go out of date. That's why I provided a link here. And if you click on this, it will directly take you to the documentation on docs.microsoft.com for AI Builder. So right now we are looking at the sentiment analysis model, and this shows you all the different aspects associated with this model. What languages are supported, what are the different output parameters that the model provides for you to leverage. Now let's get back to my app. And let's say I go ahead and enter some text right here so I can test this out with my sentiment analysis model. Now, perfect use case for this is to detect sentiments around your social media posts or maybe customer reviews, or in general, any text that you would like to analyze. So let's say I put in some text right here which is basically customer feedback. The products offered are of high quality and offer great value. Now, if I detect the sentiment for this text that I just provided using the sentiment analysis model, this is some of the output properties that it provides that I have leveraged to showcase this in Power Apps using icons and a gallery. Now, firstly, let's go and see what's the logic behind this button. Now, notice right here, I have this function that I have written on click of this button or on select of this button, which says AI Builder.analyze sentiment. And this is leveraging the pre-built sentiment detection model. And all this function requires is for you to provide the text for which you want to analyze the sentiment. And of course, my text is coming from this text box. And if you look at the response or the final output of this model, I have an icon property right here. And if you look at the icon property of the icon object that I have added to my screen, I am actually going ahead and leveraging the sentiment output and checking the response of the sentiment. Is it positive, neutral, negative? And based on that, I'm showing the respective icon. Now, when I select this button and when I'm calling this function, I am storing the output of this function call into a variable in my app called sentiment output. And this is of type record. Now, if I open this right here, it will show me that the sentiment that it detected was positive. And it also has other attributes known as document scores and sentences. Now, if you would like to break this down further, you can go to View, Variables, Global Variables, Sentiment Output, because that's the name of my variable. I'm going to click on the record, click on the record again, and I can look at the output of my variable. So of course, sentiment is positive. I'm leveraging that in my icon. But I also have other attributes like sentences. Now, if I go to sentences, this will leverage every sentence as part of that text value that I provided, and individually it will detect the sentiment and let me know what the individual sentiment is. I can even click on sentiment scores and it will further drill down and tell me how confident is the model that this is a negative sentiment or a neutral sentiment or a positive sentiment, broken down at a sentence level as well, right? So you can do things like that. That's how deep you can go into this model. Plus, there's something known as document scores, which provides you the overall sentiment of all the values that you have provided as part of that field. Now, in this case, let's go ahead and let's plug in another statement right here. So let's go ahead and remove this and let's plug this value in here. And let's again click on detect sentiment. This time I'm making two statements. The first one is again the same statement that I made earlier, which is a positive feedback. And the second one, I mentioned that, yeah, but the customer representative though was very rude. Now, of course, if you look at the final sentiment output, it's mixed, right? Because it's a combination of positive and negative. However, if I want to break that down further and analyze it further, I've actually done that in a gallery right here, wherein I've broken down individual statements. So you notice I have individually the two statements broken out right here. And within that, I'm also providing the sentiment for each statement that was entered in that text box. So very, very useful sentiment analysis. It not just gives you the final output, which is either, positive, negative, or neutral. There's a lot more to sentiment analysis than just the overall sentiment. You can actually break it down further. I can even add another statement. I am very happy today. And notice when I detect the sentiment, it's a combination of positive, negative, positive. So overall, it kind of falls down in the category of neutral, and that's why it's showing neutral. And if I want to further break this down and analyze this, I can go back to my variable again, click on my record. This time, if I go to document scores, notice how the entire text has been broken down. Overall, 33% negative, not much neutral statements in there, and 66% positive. That's the breakdown of individual sentences. And if I want to look at each sentence, I can click on this and look at the different sentiments for every sentence that I provided. And right here, I have leveraged a gallery that I'm actually breaking that information down. So go ahead and check the sentiment analysis model that is available for you to use directly within Power Apps. And of course, if you can call it in Power Apps, you can do the same thing with Flow as well. I'll probably do another video later on wherein I will cover all the pre-built models you're leveraging Flow. All right, so we looked at the sentiment analysis model. That's the first pre-built model. The second one that we will look at now is the language detection model. And honestly, this is the simplest model that's available. If you look at the information associated with this model, it just detects the language of text that has been provided, okay? And at the same time, it also gives you a confidence score between 0 and 1 to tell you how confident it is that the detected language is associated with the output that the model is providing. Once again, the link to the documentation is right here. You can go and read all the different attributes, prerequisites associated with this model. So let's go ahead and let's plug in a statement here. Hi, I am Reza. Of course, it is in English. If I detect the language detected in this case, of course, is English. Now, when I click on this button, detect language, once again, I'm using AI Builder dot. This time I'm calling the function detect language and I'm providing the text input to this and I'm storing the output in a variable. Now this variable, if you look at the output, it gives you the language, which is English, and the score, which tells you how confident the model is between 0 and 1, 1 being the highest confidence that this detected text is in the English language. Now let's go ahead and play this. And this time, let's change this to a different language. In this case, it's Hindi. And if I detect the language, once again, the model will go and detect Hindi. Now, of course, in this case also, the model is going to give me an output of almost 1 because it's extremely confident that this is Hindi. But let's say I mix it up, right? I say, Aap kaise ho, Reza. By the way, for folks who don't know Hindi, Aap kaise ho means how are you? So how are you, Reza? I'm going to click on detect language. And this is going to go ahead. Again, it's detected that the language is Hindi. But this time, if I head back to my variable, which is right here, if you look at this, the language is Hindi, but this confidence score now is 7.75. So it's 75% confident that the detected language is Hindi, which is kind of true because I've kind of mixed Hindi and English, kind of Hinglish in there. But that's what the model provides you. You provide the text, it will detect the language, and it will let you know how confident it is that the detected language is accurate or not. It's a very simple model that you can leverage. It's called language detection. The third one is text recognition. And text recognition basically brings in OCR capabilities directly within your apps and flows. What is OCR? Optical character recognition. So you upload an image, it will detect all the characters or text in that image and provide you the output. Once again, the information icon has all the information regarding what languages are supported, what's the maximum file size of the image that you're going to upload, and the different outputs that this model provides, and the link to the documentation. So let's go ahead and click on OCR. And this time I will go ahead and upload an image. So this is a picture of the Power Apps community plan that I picked up. And by the way, if you've not used the community plan, this is a free plan that you can leverage for individual use and learn apps and flows. Now, in this case, if you notice, it's gone ahead and detected all the text in this image that I have uploaded. And every text that it detects, depending upon the boundaries that is specified right here, it puts it out in a separate line item. So notice Power Apps community plan. Get a free environment for individual use. Learn and develop your Power Apps and Power Automate skills, and so on and so forth. It's all detected that and provided me the response by doing the OCR. Now, detected text, let's look at the onSelect function associated with, let's look at the output associated with the model. So if you look at this, I am using the text recognizer, and this is a component, by the way, that I've directly added to my screen. So if I head over to my screen, notice it says text recognizer. And how did I add this? You go to insert, you go to AI builder, and right here is the text recognizer option. The other ones you have to call the function. This is a component that you can leverage directly here within your Power App. Okay, so the text recognizer component gives me results as the output. And this results, if you look at the tabular information that it provides, it gives me the independent text values that it has detected. It gives me the page number. And what's a page number? If I have a document or an image that I have uploaded, predominantly a document that has multiple pages, it will let me know on which page number did it detect what text. And the bounding box basically gives me the coordinates of where it detected that text. So if you want to be extremely accurate in that respect as well, you can use OCR for that feature. Extremely powerful. Text recognition, OCR. Literally all you had to do was add this component, upload the image, upload the document, and then the output is available for you to leverage. And in my case, I've just used a very simple label control here, and I've used the results, which is tabular, and then used one label and just concatenated all the text together. You can add this to a gallery, you can push this to any data source of your choice as well. So that's the text recognition model, also known as OCR model. The fourth one is key phrase extraction. And what this model does is it basically detects or identifies the key talking points or the main points of text that you've uploaded. One of the examples is given right here, right? The food was delicious and there were wonderful stuff. So I'm going to copy this text itself and I'm going to paste it right here. Now, if I extract, or if I call this model and I pass this text over, notice the output is the food was delicious, and this was my statement. The food was delicious and they were wonderful stuff. The detected key phrases, the main talking points right here is what? The food and the wonderful stuff. And that's exactly what the key phrase model has detected. Now let's go ahead and plug in a different statement. Today the weather is sunny and I'm taking my dog out for a walk. So what are the key talking points here? Dog, weather, and walk. And that's exactly what this model has identified as the key talking points. Let's take this one step more further and add more statements in here. This is basically a customer complaining about the order. In this scenario, order number so-and-so, very slow delivery, poor customer support, they're asking to cancel my order, I've waited for a long time. So what are the key talking points here? The order number, the slow delivery, the poor customer support, and the hours. So this is the key phrase model that you can leverage for any text value that you provide, and it will identify the key talking points. Once again, this model provides you results and phrases. So let's look at how to call this model. AI builder.extract key phrases, and all you need to do is just provide the text, and I'm storing that in a variable. And this variable provides me phrases and a value, which is the tabular value of all those phrases that it has detected. I am leveraging that same output right here to showcase the values in this label. Now, if you want to look at the values in more detail, just go to variables, detected key phrases, click on the record. These are my phrases, and this is the list that it identified. So as simple as that, the key phrase extraction model. This is the pre-built model, ready to use model. Going back, the fifth one, and by the way, all the ones that I've covered so far are generally available for you to use, including this one, the business card scanner model. And this basically is a pre-built model again that allows you to upload images or take pictures if you're using your mobile device, of course, wherein you can go ahead and upload an image of type business card, and it will go ahead and identify all the key points in business cards like your name, job title, address, and so on and so forth. Of course, there are limitations around the languages it supports, the format, and the size of the file. The links are again provided right here for you to leverage. Now in my scenario, I've kind of built a small little application right here wherein you can actually leverage this, scan a business card, it will detect 3 key properties right here, and then you can go ahead and export this to your Outlook as a contact. So let's say you're at a business event or you are at a seminar and you meet someone, just go ahead, leverage this model. And in my case, I'm going to go ahead and go to my business cards, and I will upload my own business card in here right now. And this should go ahead and detect the information, and then you can go ahead and scan this. Now, of course, I've scanned this card, but I can change this as well. So I'm going to pick another card. You can keep scanning as many cards as you want right here. And at the same time, this is fetching all my contact folders from Outlook. I have created a folder called business cards, so it's showcasing business cards. If not, I can leverage just the contacts, but let's go ahead and leverage business cards, and let's click on add as Outlook contact. This should go ahead and post my information or the metadata that it captured into my Outlook. So let's go to Outlook. Under my contacts, I have a folder called business cards, and here you go. All that information that I captured using the business card scanner has been posted right here for me to leverage within my Outlook contacts. So you can do things like these, and you can leverage this business card component. How do you add this component? Very simple. Just go to Insert, AI Builder, and here's the business card reader or scanner component that you can just add to your screens. Just like the text recognizer, you can add the business card reader. Both the text recognizer and the business card reader are pre-built models. So these are 5 pre-built models, and all of this is available for you to download from the app link that I have provided, by the way. So go ahead, grab it, play with it, modify it, provide feedback, let me know what you think about this. Now 2 more models I will cover, but I'll cover them rather quickly. These models are currently in preview, and I've highlighted them with a star symbol right here. One of them is known as entity extraction, and basically what this model does is it extracts the different entities. Again, it's a pre-built model based on the text that I have provided. So let's say I provide the same text that I did earlier, order number so-and-so, the customer is basically complaining about the order. If I extract this model, notice notice the entities that it has extracted. Entity of type number, it found the number element right here, which is 4535. And it's smart enough to know that there is an entity again of type duration, and the duration is 2 hours. So it detected 2 entities right here. If you want to see the list of all the supported entities, once again, if you go to the information icon, click on supported entities, it'll take you to the documentation. And all of these are predefined entities that it will go ahead and detect in the text that you provide. So let's go ahead and add or change the text in this scenario. This time on May 5th, it was sunny outside with 86 degrees and the reflection of the blue sky on the ocean was predominant. That's some statement. So I'm going to hit extract and let's look at the output of this one. May 5th, date time. That's the entity. And the score gives you how confident this model is. So it's 80% confident in this scenario that this is a date time value. The temperature is 86 degrees. It detected that and the color is blue. And my final test right here is my name is Reza from Houston, Texas, working for Catapult Systems, and this is my website. So I've added a lot of different entity aspects in here based on those predefined models. If I extract this one, notice the different values that it provides or the different entities. It detected a name, which is Reza Dorani, city, which is Houston, state, which is Texas, organization, which is Catapult Systems, and it also detected a URL in here, which is my website address. So you see how powerful and smart this model is. It's called the entity extraction model. Please note this predefined model is in preview. And then the final one, which is category classification. This currently only works in a pre-built model format, of course, but only for customer-oriented feedback right now. And more models will, or more capabilities will be added to this model in future. Let's see what this model does in action. So let's say I go ahead and say, how much does a pizza cost? And if I go ahead and try and categorize the classification for this, it's classified as pricing and billing because I'm asking a question around the cost. Now, if I go ahead and plug in my same complaint text like I've done in the previous two models, in this case, it's smart enough to know that the categorization is customer service because the individual who is providing the feedback in this scenario, it says order number is slow and it's taken a lot of time, it's related to customer service. So these are two predefined models that are currently in preview. So this is the complete list of the AI Builder pre-built models. Please like, comment, share. Let me know what you guys think about these models. Provide your feedback. And as part of this app, what do you get? You get all these models, of course. You can go and explore all these models. I also have a component in here, which is that dialog box that you see. So you can actually see how I built that one. So when you click on this information icon, it pops this dialog up. It's actually a component. So you can leverage that. And to turn on this feature of calling AI Builder, the different formulas, you just need to go to File, Settings, Advanced Settings. And this is a preview feature. So under preview features, you should see the AI Builder formulas. Just make sure this is turned on. If this is turned off, the different formulas that I have leveraged in my app, like detecting sentiment, calling these functions, won't be available for you. So please go ahead and try that out. And back to the model view once again, closing out my video. These were all the productivity models that we covered. These are the pre-built models. All these 7 models are covered as part of this app. I also have another video wherein I covered the custom model, which is form processing. So please go ahead and do check that out. I plan to do other videos on object detection and prediction model in future as well. So like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching this video.